Hello, this is Susan. I am standing here in beautiful San Jose, Villanueva, El Salvador. We are about an hour, not quite an hour outside of San Salvador, the capital city. We're here with Eye Care International serving the wonderful people of this beautiful village. As you can see, standing outside. Fortunately, we don't have a huge line this afternoon. We've been working all morning. We just reopened after lunch. The very first thing folks do is they come in, they are registered for the clinic. We actually started this mission 2 weeks ago. It begins with an away team that comes and actually hands out tickets to come to this event so that we can manage the flow. We'll hand out tickets for between 8 and 10 a.m. on Monday, between 10 and 12 on Monday, and then we do that for the entire 2 weeks so we can spread out as many, in terms of volume, as many people as possible. And then of course we take all the walk-ins that come in between. This is our registration area, as you can see. After lunch, we try to keep everyone in the shade and in the cool because in the heat of the day here, it can get well into the 90s or higher. We're here in January, so it's not quite so bad. This is where everyone who is pre-registered, who has a ticket, is actually processed through. Sometimes they can walk right through this process because they've already been pre-registered and pre-screened and we know what they need. And then the walk-ins will go through that entire process here. Once we go through registration, the patients will then come over to the visual acuity screening area, and that's where we have volunteers that will check distance and near visual acuity. As you can see, again, we try to keep people patiently waiting in as much shade as possible. We'll step a little closer so you can observe. So you can see here, we have everything measured off in terms of distance of acuity to make sure that there's not a language barrier. We use the directional E charts and get a feel for, again, right eye, left eye, distance visual acuity. When they complete the distance visual acuity, they will come over to this area here, and another team is doing the near VAs. Once it's determined, the visual acuities, what they actually need further assistance, they will then be directed to the auto-refraction room. So we came here this year with 3 auto-refractors and 1 camera. We're down to 2 auto-refractors and 1 camera. And right now the door is closed to keep it as dark in there as possible because doing the process works a lot better when there's dim light. You'll notice that's why all of these open air, we're actually in a school. This is a Catholic church, the grounds on which they also have a private school for some of the local kids, and it's all open air. You can see that some of the windows are closed off with black plastic so that we can keep the rooms dark and do what we do. This is the auto refraction area. We have a whole team in here doing auto refraction, which does help. We don't prescribe from the auto refraction, but it gives us an idea of where someone's vision may be once it's determined that they're having trouble with their vision. So as you can see, again, we try to keep people in the cool. There's fans in here. It's quite warm. With the plastic on the windows, it's not so open air, so it gets pretty hot in here. The volunteers in this room have been doing auto refraction for years. It's all they do. They do it incredibly well. As I said, we've got 3 different devices that we're using here to try and get a benchmark, a place to start with some of these folks. Next. You got some of those. If it's determined that, again, they need further evaluation, if it's determined that, again, they need further evaluation, they will be referred to optometry. We also have a break room. I'll show you the break room, where we have our bottled water, and this is where we take our very quick lunch breaks. This year we have 2 optometrists that are doing all of our optometric screenings. They're deducing any major significant eye health issues. We're not doing full-out refractions with phoropters. They're doing the best that they can with the tools that we have, using, in many cases, just I can't think of the name of them, the lens loops with the trial lenses and the trial glasses. But they're really screening for patients that cannot be corrected with glasses. If they need surgery, they would be then referred to the ophthalmology team, which is in the next room. But as you can see, we've got our 2 optometrists today, Dr. Jamie and Dr. John. You can go ahead and step in. Take just a scan. Okay. And if it is determined that a patient requires potential surgery for cataract or something else that glasses won't correct, they're then referred to ophthalmology. And we've got 2 ophthalmologists here as well, Dr. Stewart and Dr. Bob, as you can see sitting there. We just reopened after lunch, so they don't have a lot of consults at this moment, but this room will be full later and they'll be one of the last to leave. If there's no medical needs, then the patients are referred to or readers. We have a whole section in the far corner, and about half of our patients, that's all they need is reading glasses, single vision, near vision only, bilateral prescription OU. And so about half of the patients end up over in that area. And we've got a whole team of volunteers that just does readers. And then this area is where we do the custom modified prescriptions for distance correction and or multifocal requirements. So if it's anything where there's a difference eye for eye, there's any astigmatism involved, or a multifocal is needed, those folks are referred to Station 8, which are the trained opticians. We do a lot of refracting here, believe it or not, because it's trial and error. Just because what the doctors deduce is needed, if the patient doesn't have any glasses, oftentimes that power is just a bit much for them. And so we will start with 1 pair. We might start with 3 or 4 pairs from which to choose, and then we will deduce and work with the patient, checking their VAs all the while to find something that's comfortable for them, something that they can use. And then we'll just wrap it up by showing you our inventory catalog. We do our best for folks to try and fit them with sun clips if we can, to protect folks from the sun here, as I'm sure you're aware. People live in the sun, they live outdoors here, and because of that, the incidence of cataracts is exceptionally high. There are folks here in their 30s with cataracts, and so we do everything we can. If we detect an early cataract, we really encourage folks and persuade them to protection del sol. They need protection from the sun. This is our eyewear cataloging system. It is remarkable and incredible. We have thousands of pairs of glasses here from which to choose, and I won't even go into too much detail about the cataloging other than they're pre-sorted by lens type, single vision plus, single vision minus, and so on, multifocal plus, multifocal minus. Then we've got sections with high cylinder power, and they are cataloged in such a way that they don't have to be sorted exclusively in order of power, because we've got a computer picking system that tells us, we plug in the patient's prescription, and the computer system will pull up a number of closest matches with a probability of a good match. We pay special attention to axis on the moderate to high cylinders, and we endeavor to start with the best eye first. If they've got a good eye, we're doing no harm. We want to make sure we correct that good eye first, and then always kind of backpedal from there and get as close as we can. And I have to say, we're pretty fortunate and blessed in that the vast majority of people who come here leave here seeing considerably better than when they arrived. We've had some amazing folks this week already. Minus 16, we had to step her up and give her 3 different pairs so that she could work her way into the correction that she needed. We've also had some folks that we couldn't help, and those are the tough ones. But God bless them. They're kind and they're considerate and they're appreciative, and they bless us as they're leaving, even if they haven't received a wonderful outcome. So our team here is just astounding, and we encourage you to not only support Eye Care International, but if ever you decide you want to serve, you do not have to be an eye care professional. The person filming this video for us right now has never done anything like this in her life. Thank you, Angela, for your time, for reporting this for us. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. It's eyecareint.org, Eye Care International. Thank you so much.